President Trump, just a moment ago, telling me in an exclusive interview his plan to solve the crisis at the border will include deportation of most of the 10 million illegals already here after they entered illegally under the Biden administration.
Today, we're going to talk about a problem that affects us all. Our country is under attack. The southern border is like a passageway for mice. Only mice are migrants who crawl into our country, and every day there are more and more of them. During the Trump administration, could you have imagined that this would ever happen? Our administration isn't trying very hard to fix this problem, but one thing we do know is that Trump is the key to fixing all of these problems. No one but him can handle what Biden has done.
Listen, the president outlined his two top priorities, which are the top priorities across the United States. One is to crack down on illegal immigration, and this is more than rhetoric on his part. He has a proven record about what he did when he was president. Remember, when he was president, he implemented 4 policies that led to the lowest illegal border crossings in 40 years. And the second thing he talked about was drilling for more energy.
Trump has really fought fiercely against migration in our country. Also, Trump is known for his tough stance on migrants. His advisors have revealed that if elected president, he plans more radical measures to combat migration than he did in his first term in office. And the number of undocumented migrants under Biden will reach 19 million, Trump said. Trump said many migrants arriving illegally in the U.S. are former prisoners, mental health patients, or terrorists. He emphasized that during his presidency, the U.S. had the safest border in the country's history. And these are not empty words, I believe.
More than half of the governors are now joined together in support of a very important proposition, and that is we are guaranteed by the United States Constitution the right of self-defense if states face imminent harm or invasion. Texas obviously is facing both an imminent harm as well as an invasion. And so these governors are rallying around Texas to support our ongoing right to self-defense. And the deployment of this razor wire that has led to a massive reduction.
Greg Abbott talks about a serious problem at the border. He and the governors are going to visit the border locations and check personally the reliability of the iron fences. He claims that these fences have reduced the number of migrants many times over. He also complains that the Biden administration is turning a blind eye as usual, and only after everyone knows about it does he suddenly decide to close the problem. How soon will that happen? Unknown.
Yeah, let me get your take on what's going on in New York. We understand now New York is going to be spending $53 million to come up with prepaid credit cards for the illegal migrants. What do you think's behind this? Why do they need prepaid credit cards?
Haha. What? What is that supposed to mean? 53 million for someone who invaded your country without any authorization. That's funny to hear, and I honestly don't understand why it's happening now. Does Biden really want to sink even lower in our eyes? He's gonna have a hard time explaining why he's doing this.
It sounds like insanity is behind it because it really is offensive. It may be the most reprehensible thing that I've seen take place over the past 48 hours when you see police officers in New York City being beaten by illegal immigrants in this country who should not be in the country in the first place. And then after they engage in this crime against a law enforcement officer, they are let loose back out onto the streets. What's going on in New York is outrageous, and Americans across the entire country are angry, not just about what's going on in New York, but the underlying cause for it, which is Joe Biden's open border policy.
Several migrants accused of beating up New York City police officers have been arrested in Phoenix, Arizona. Their identities have not been released at this time. This is a serious problem. How can we let our children go out alone if this can happen? They can do anything and even kill. It is a scary picture all over the country. Do we deserve this? Are we to blame? We just want to live in peace without having problems with the economy and migrants. I think you're thinking the same thing I am. So write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to watch other news on the channel.